It's just one day. Nearly 17,000 Google employees staged a walkout around the world, including here in Canada. They were protesting the company's alleged treatment of women. And our next guest, Sam Dutton, is a web developer at Google. He participated in the walkout in London, England. He is our guest this morning. Good morning to you.
Good morning. Thanks so much for having me.
Well, you have worked for the company for 7.5 years. Why was it important for you to participate in this walkout?
So we walked out yesterday, really in support of anyone who's been harassed in any workplace. And above all, we believe that perpetrators, of course, must never be protected or rewarded.
Staff involved in the walkout left a note on their desks. It read this to the colleagues: "I'm not at my desk because I'm walking out with other Googlers and contractors to protest sexual harassment, misconduct, lack of transparency, and a workplace culture that is not working for everyone's." What kind of changes do you want to see?
So actually, I think there have been some great ideas from Googlers already. In particular, we want to see an end to what's called forced arbitration. Now, I'm not a lawyer, but, as I understand it, with lots of different employers, when you sign your contract at the start of your job, you sign away your rights to take your case of harassment to a court. Complaints are dealt with by private arbitration. Employees can't speak out. We think that's got to change. I think that's one of the main things that we're campaigning for now.
One of the other lists for change are that the Chief Diversity Officer now answers to the CEO. Why is that important, and how is it set up right now?
So what's really important is that, we have transparency and that reporting can be safe and anonymous, but that also reporting doesn't need to, be subject to a chain of command through senior management, that a diversity officer can have direct access to the CEO to make sure these issues are highlighted, and that we don't have the kinds of problems we've seen in the past.
Sexual harassment transparency report is also a change that they would like to see. What would that look like?
So we want to make sure that all data, where that makes sense within reason, is made available, and that certainly as employees we understand what cases have gone through the harassment complaint process, and that how they were dealt with. We want to make sure that wherever possible that data is transparent.
This is the largest work action that we've seen from Google, a company who has been listed as one of the best companies to work for in the world. What kind of response have you had from upper management?
We've had a very positive response, actually. We've had a lot of support from, my manager and my manager's manager, a lot of support for the walkouts, which has been, really gratifying to see. It is a great employer. So, we are very sad to see, to hear these stories and learn of what's happened. For me, this is a personal issue for me. I think of my daughter and her friends. They're going through high school and college. They have so much energy and positivity. I don't ever want that to be taken away from them because of something that happens at work.
Do you think, Sam, that these walkouts will force any real change at the company?
I really hope so. I think there's a real change in mood at the moment. Around the world, we saw this in the protests at the Google offices, all the way from Singapore to the west coast of the US. I really hope that can have some effect.
This issue of transparency is a key one in the tech industry. It is one of the last industries that is dominated predominantly by men. There's about a 30% female workforce at Google. But is this an issue that needs to be tackled in order to see real change in the tech industry?
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's a fundamental problem, particularly for the tech industry. We all want to see more women, especially in senior management and in technical roles. I think this actually starts very early in nursery, kindergarten, and primary school. We have a long way to go, but I think we've got to bring in changes right from the early years of teaching girls and young women, and making sure that nothing stands in the way in their careers of working in tech.
Will there be more walkouts?
Not that I'm aware of, but we'll see what happens. Yeah.
Sam, thanks for joining us this morning.
Thank you so much.